Hello, and welcome to Pour at 4. We were just dancing back here. We are very excited about today. We have a special guest star. It's not Keith. Keith is here. Keith is not the special guest star. We're going to swing it around. You guys are going to follow me out here to see. You're going to catch Sebastian in the background there. He's going to come down and probably do some filming as well. So the special guest star drove very, very far for us today. And here we are. Oh my God, it's Dave from Still630.
Hello out there.
As you can see, Keith is a little enamored. Here it is.
For those who might remember
wearing
us,
the same color shirt.
We texted earlier.
that's
Don't you
true. We're
want
like
to wish you had
BFFs.
Dave's
We
cell
talk
phone
all the
number?
time. Yeah. For those who missed it, I did have a vision board of Dave.
This is
Yeah,
Dave's
so
intern.
No, so Dave is visiting us from Still630, one of our favorite distilleries in the area. Actually, I'm really excited because he makes, let him know, he makes like my favorite rye in the area. So we're totally going to be doing some cocktails with that. But, yeah, can you tell us a little bit about Still630?
Yeah, we're a little small but mighty distillery right downtown St. Louis, just south of Busch Stadium down there. We make a variety of different products, as all great distilleries do. Mm-hmm. We do a little whiskey, a little gin, a little rum, and some brandy from time to time.
Yeah, you guys do an apple brandy.
We do. We call it the knowledge of good and the knowledge of evil, depending on what you're in the mood for. It's really just the difference between a new barrel and a used rye whiskey barrel.
Okay.
That determines it. Same age, same fresh squeezed apple juice.
So you're finishing off the apple brandy in the used rye cask?
No, we age it in there. So we ferment and distill that fresh apple juice, and then we take that distillate and put it at the same time into the two different barrels. So just a new barrel and then that used 5-year-old rye barrel picks up a little bit more of that stewed, spiced apple.
Nice, I was going to say spiciness coming in.
Absolutely.
Speaking of spicy, because again, as always, good company.
Interesting.
Should have something to drink. Yeah, as Sarah walks in. What is it? He could be doing anything. This is live.
I said I'm going to stand by the intern. We'll just stand out here.
I'm just going to hide over there. We have Dave's gin here. And for an opening cocktail, we're going to be doing some other stuff. One of the opening cocktails.
Oh.
I know.
He made a choice.
I made a choice and I'm running with it.
Great.
And I still think the plan's going to work.
Stand behind it.
Is, we're taking a page from... Standing behind me is much safer. So we're going to take a page out of a Bond. And we're going to do a Vesper with this one. So, first
Book
things
bond.
first.
Book bond.
Book Bond.
Yeah.
Anytime you're doing a martini, take it, ice your glass. This is going to get that glass just nice and chilled while we start building the rest of it.
Yes.
If you can pry it away from Sebastian.
Oh, fair.
They go off camera for a little bit.
You told him about the knife fight, right?
No.
Okay. No, it's... He fights to the bone. You're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a little bit of a spin on it because Volstead's Folly is a little bit kind of savory, would you say? Has some of those savory
I'd say it's a little more piney in that. Mm-hmm. Sage, tarragon.
So I was thinking it'd be good to kind of just a little bit dirty.
All right.
Get a little bit of that olive juice in with it. So, very classic recipe.
Which Dave was leaning on.
Classic recipe that I have not committed to memory at all. But we're going to go ahead, do 3 ounces gin.
That's a great martini start.
I know. Because we're just going to keep adding more gin.
And remember how we know?
You had me at first, now I like it more.
It's printed on
The
shop.
jiggers.
It's on there. That's how you know.
Now, what separates a
The amount
Vesper?
of people who are like, I don't know how much this is. It's printed. It's stamped. It's right here.
Helpful.
Oh, we're now adding the vodka.
We're not- This is why Tara puts all the instructions up online later.
It's true.
But this is one of the things that I thought would be fun because this is what separates Vespers from like a standard martini is you're not just using one of your kind of core spirits, but you end up using two. You're doing that gin, mellowing it out with a bit of vodka, and then instead of a dry vermouth, we're actually going to be doing Lillet Blanc.
And explain to the people at home how that is different than a dry vermouth. And it does matter.
It does. So it is a bit more fortified. I know that one
Much
just
like
for
Dave.
starters. Yeah, exactly. So another great drink for Dave.
So, vermouth, Lillet.
Yes, Lillet.
Got it.
But it does.
Wait
It's
till
going
the
to have
drinks
just...
start flowing.
That's why I just really wanted to get right to
Listen,
that,
we're
like,
sober.
ASAP, right? Yeah. Let's just get right into it.
Yes.
So, as you're going to shake that,
Well, so first I'm also going to do just a quick rinse. Oh, shoot. I need my strainer.
when he wanders off camera.
I do that a lot. So it's my favorite thing.
See if I can grab it.
I'll get the strainer.
I was going to have you rinse and swirl.
No, I'll get the strainer.
I shall rinse and swirl. So when I talk about doing a rinse, it's literally, we're not measuring anything. We're kind of just coating the ice in just a little bit of that olive juice and draining it off. We don't need a lot. Then, add our ingredients, pour it over. Now you don't want to shake it too much either because of that gin as an ingredient. We will bruise it. And what that means is you actually start separating the oils. We also don't want to ice it down too much because that's a waste. So just a little bit, get it chilled.
Yeah,
Now-
the shaken martini is a lower proof one.
It is. So, as you notice, yeah, that was not an aggressive shake. If you remember from our episodes with the egg white, those were aggressive shakes.
Dave, tell us why you named it Volstead's Folly. Tell us a little about it.
It's named after Andrew Volstead. who
Boo.
wrote- Indeed. That's the graffiti. He wrote the Volstead Act that enforced prohibition. And this is our, homage to that SOB.
Yay!
We
I
got
love
his
it.
picture from the Library of Congress. I love graffiti. Just having fun with it. But that's
That is really
exactly
fun. With a fun
what we
label.
set out to do. It's one of my favorites.
Ooh.
Fun label. All right, now the fun part. So this is a Vesper, which again, I will put the recipes up. We also are doing little quick shots now where you can get the real. How's that?
This just play really nice.
Is the intern 21?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I
That
certainly
was
hope so.
requirement number one.
Nice.
And then for counting purposes, having all his fingers and toes.
Yeah, that's what we hire on. I like that. Again, as everybody knows, I'm a big martini drinker. This is a little bit more floral,
Yeah.
without what I would consider anything floral.
Specifically floral.
Yeah,
There are no floral components to Volstead's
or our vodka.
I believe that. But I do really like that.
This will go off camera for a minute.
Towards Sebastian, off camera.
Off camera.
Towards Sebastian is your idea.
Yep.
It is mine
And now it's gone.
I do have to film something but later. That is nice. So a Vesper is one of those that I almost never order out. As you know, I'm very picky about my martini ordering out, as one can imagine. But if I ever see that on the bar, I will. Especially because it'll be prominent and it means they know what they're doing with it. It
Yeah.
doesn't take a lot.
No.
No. And it's
I use more vermouth in a martini than I would ever use.
of that Lillet.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the Vesper works so is because that vodka is so neutral. You're letting that Lillet kind of swim in the vodka for a minute to round it out.
Do we have one of these? I'm going to taste just the gin. While you do other things. Oh, look at
Oh, look. More.
that. Oh.
Do you have several more?
No. As I put a sleeve on.
Sorry, I don't know if that was appropriate for the big screen.
Yeah, that's really interesting because there is no floral in there. It is.
Oh.
I do definitely get tarragon. I get those.
There's some cardamom in there, a little
Yeah.
cubeb pepper and fennel on the back end.
Cubeb is such a fun ingredient.
I love it.
I
And
love
some
that
people
one
call
just
them
period.
cubeb berries, but they've
Yeah.
got that nice little spice punch, a little earthiness
Well,
to them.
they
We put that
also
in our
thing called
hibiscus
tailed
gin.
peppers too for that same reason.
Oh,
we
yeah?
put them in the hibiscus gin, and you can put them in a pepper mill, and it's really fun to
Yes.
basically use it like you would a ground pepper.
So you guys make absolutely incredible gins too. when you utilize your coriander, if I may segue here, do you guys crush up your coriander or you put it in whole?
So we always want to crack it. I want to get, one of the biggest things is I always want a whole botanical to work with because I think that's when you're going to have the best flavor preserved. But almost everything is protecting that oil in whatever cellulose shell it's got. So we process and crack a lot of our ingredients trying to make sure we're going to get those oils right then and there before it goes into the gin.
We always do it with our coriander specifically, and it provides a much more fragrant and bright citrusy note. And we do it with peppercorns that we have and some of the other things that we do. But I don't do it with the cubeb berries, cubeb pepper.
Riley did not like the Vesper, which is not surprising to anyone. I even said, you're not going to like it. Not her cup of tea.
It is a pleasant, savory gin.
All right, what's next? More.
More. Okay, fine.
How's
So,
that? Listen to that.
time to dig harder.
That's on the
All right.
table.
Sure is.
And well, it's on the table now. Okay, so we're going to set these ingredients over here. And actually,
That's really nice.
I believe everything else today doesn't need to be shaken. I think it's just built in the glass. So, this is one where I had to tell Dave I was making it while I was making it. And it made me so happy. So I'm going to go off camera for a minute because I totally forgot Bar's food. Entertain everybody.
Okay.
Come on out.
So we're going to be doing a cocktail here with this is a special version, but one of our favorite whiskeys out there. This is the Double Barrel Rally Point, and it's a rye, which is why we don't make a rye, and we said your rye's delicious. Tell us about it. Tell us about not only Rally Point, but the Double Barrel.
So Rally Point was one of our core spirits, or like a flagship. It was the first spirit we ever made. We had an unaged version, Big Jake, our white whiskey, and Rally Point, which is our aged, like I said, flagship whiskey there. It's 90% rye, 10% malted barley. A portion of that rye is also malted for a little bit of creamier, softer mouthfeel in there. But our regular Rally Point is now today a big batch for us. We blend 2 whole barrels together for it. They're a usual age of around 4.5 years. For our double barrel, and it's bottled 90 proof. For our double barrel, we pick out a hand-selected single barrel of our rye whiskey over 5 years old. We take it out of that original new charred oak barrel, 53-gallon, and we give it a secondary finishing for another year in smaller 15-gallon new charred oak barrels.
So you're
And
pulling a
double
lot
barrel.
more of that just
lot.
rich oak. out of
Exactly
it.
what we're going for. And we leave it at cast strength. This one's 125.4, I believe. And if you're not careful, that 0.4 will get you a little bit.
Just
125.4.
But it's a fantastically smooth whiskey for that elevated strength. But we were trying to turn everything up to 11. So getting that rich extra wood on there to balance the spiciness of the rye. It's one of our crown jewels, available in the distillery only.
Ooh. And
I just poured samples for everyone.
Where is your distillery at?
Corner of 4th and Shoto, right downtown St. Louis. 1000 South 4th Street, just south of Busch Stadium, a couple blocks.
And half a block from Broadway Oyster Bar.
Exactly, yes.
And
That's
if
a
you're
great
ever in the
reference.
neighborhood,
You're right
you need to
there.
go check it out. And you guys do Friday
You
cocktails?
should
We're
check it
open.
out this weekend.
Yes, you should. We're open every Friday, 5 to 9. No reservations required for cocktails, pours, and flights. You can come in and sample anything we have available, including our past experimentals. We've got 78 and counting now. So we release a new one every month. However, this Friday, June 28th, we will not be open because we're in preparation for our biggest party of the year, our annual anniversary party, Still630
That's
Day.
right.
It's super fun. I've been.
Happening.
It's very fun.
Thank you. It's probably going to be hot, but we're going to have great cocktails. We release a couple new spirits. We bring in local chefs, craft beer, gourmet chocolate, coffee. It's our best day of the year. We got music, food. It's our best day. So go to still630.com and get you some tickets right now.
Really should.
It
You
is
would have
really
a
fun.
great time.
This is worth sampling alone. This is phenomenal. I'm really excited about this cocktail now, having tried this on
You
its
think
own.
you're excited about this cocktail?
I do.
So
I just said
There's
that.
a lot of pressure.
this is no. I said you think
Yeah.
you
Oh.
are.
You think you are?
You're
but
not.
boy, is he gonna-
You don't
Oh.
understand
You
excitement.
should tell me.
All right. Actually, I'm going to dry shake this because I've got one
Oh,
ingredient
interesting.
in this.
Oh,
Interesting. You
What?
did need it.
smash cut back too. We don't need to shake anymore.
Smash cut
Right?
back.
Yeah.
It's live. We can't smash cut anything.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
just
how I do
enamored with these little glass washers you have built into your bar. Fancy stuff down here in New Haven.
You know, when you know plumbers. When you live with plumbers.
Oh,
So as you guys might have
It'll
guessed,
clean your
between-
pipes out. Is that what you're saying?
leaving
All right, I'm
it
just going to
open.
start pouring whiskey and just to wink at the camera a lot because let this happen behind me. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite cocktails, and it was taught to me by Randy
In the
over
Blue
at
Duck.
the Blue Duck over in Maplewood.
Yeah.
Shout out to Randy.
And as
I
you can-
still owe you a bottle of Vintner's Gin. Don't think I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
yes,
but
you
get
do.
it.
Yeah.
But she's aware.
I'm on top of everybody for this.
I know I
Still
owe
not
it to you.
forthcoming.
That's
So,
it.
we're going to be doing 2 ounces of the double oak rye.
We gave it a little.
We're going to be doing 1/2 ounce of lime. And then
Let
I
it
do
go.
too.
this ingredient might throw people off. I think it's going to work even better with it. And thank you, Riley, for your
Richard.
contribution.
Secret sauce.
Secret Mrs. Butterworth's from under the counter. No.
They're
You-
trying to
Brand,
sit home,
brand
kids.
shout out. I mean, Buttersworth is
Yeah.
is the way to do
Hey, I
it.
don't skip
But-
when it comes to sweets.
Yeah.
No, well, and honestly, like maple syrup as a sweetener in a cocktail is amazing. I'll
Should be
use
hot
it
more.
and honey
Highly underrated.
more.
It is.
Super because
Absolutely.
it's not just the sugar.
No, it adds flavor
Yeah.
to it while sweetening.
And with whiskey too, you get
Oh, yeah.
that like woody note coming through as well.
Can I do a shameless plug real quick?
Yes.
Too late. Already started.
You don't
So our
understand
rally
that.
Less shameless.
Our rally point is our flagship rye whiskey, right? But we do variations on it throughout the year. Every December, we come out with double barrel rally point. Like I said, one of our Crown Jewels special releases. We have 2 cases left, so come down 6:30, buy them up. However, every October, we release our rally point
For
maple
my
sunset.
birthday. For my birthday.
Correct. We release Rally Point Maple Sunset, which is our rye whiskey finished in an ex-bourbon barrel that then was filled with maple syrup. So it's
Very
an
nice.
ex-bourbon, ex-maple syrup barrel.
Oh,
You
yeah.
We
can't
aged the
see
rye in there.
Sebastian's face behind the camera, but it was like a 4-year-old on
The
Christmas.
excitement, yeah.
But Sebastian, to be clear, we are trying to make a rye whiskey with bourbon maple syrup notes, not a maple flavored whiskey.
Correct.
Right? 2 different
Two
ideas.
very different things.
Yeah.
You had them already.
But it is one of our most popular spirits that we release every year. We do 1 batch every October. And they don't
Ginger
last
beer
very long.
to top this off.
So actually, and I like to do some of these, it seems in reverse, but I like to do my carbonated ingredient first.
That is
Because
odd.
we had the syrup in this, this is going to be heavier. It's going to actually sink down over it.
In the
With
copper
minimal
mug, you
stirring.
can't see through.
I know.
But trust me,
Ta-da.
it's a-
It's there.
It looks so good from right here on top of it. See?
I agree.
Yeah, oh, yeah, well,
Beautiful. And the rum looks good too.
here's where we
And
are.
I took a lot of time cleaning that up with
Do you
some
see why you should
bartender
come down
sweat.
on Mondays? You could be
And yet-
witnessing this live.
And yet somehow we're still alone.
I know. It's weird. So
Damn
we'll
this
never
thing.
figure it out. All right, so this is the Nor'easter. It's actually a very simple
That's the name of
cocktail
it, Nor'easter.
that is not. It should be made more. It should be on more of our
100%.
list.
It should be. Oh, that
Not everybody has
Hamilton
Miss
thing
Butters.
really comes through.
Well, yeah, I'm excited about this in there. You gotta.
You get that heavier oak really coming through. It's nice.
I like how you talked about layering in your ingredients because
Ooh.
normally there's a very specific
Yeah.
methodology, right?
And that's
Modern day
smart.
alchemist.
Yeah. And well, that's always the thing I started doing is anytime I had something carbonated, I want to avoid mixing it as much as I can. And that little bit of, if you got any syrupy, any heavy thing,
Because
put
you need
on
it to
top.
mix,
Yeah.
and then it'll do it itself.
It does it itself.
Yeah.
And you're right, it looks maybe a bit more aesthetically pleasing in a clear glass, which is good because we're going to have a chance
I don't care
to
what
find
it looks
that out
like.
next.
That's delicious.
Segue number 300.
That,
Actually, we might need
that
Yeah.
oak
another.
and that syrup are playing
This,
so nicely
yeah,
together.
this is phenomenal.
That's
fare.
great.
We're going to probably need another
Buttersworth?
for this
Oh.
one. Just to take the edge off. Right?
Let me just let me get
Another
a shot of the
another-
Buttersworth.
Do one more round.
Do another nip of the Buttersworth for the.
Back on.
Buy it a nickel.
Now that's the smash that we do.
We have a
Just
lot of
pouring
nickels.
shots of Mrs. Butterworth just going around the table.
Passed out. No more.
No.
This is really good.
So that's one of my favorites, but the next one I picked is actually.
My favorite. It is,
So-
one would say, my signature
I noticed
cocktail.
that there's no Still 630 in this one. That
It's
makes
this one over
sense.
here.
Oh, okay. I was like, no wonder it's your favorite. Is that an old monk?
Cherry herring.
Oh, cherry herring.
You can't buy it
Nope.
in Missouri anymore. It makes me really sad, so I drive to
It's
Illinois.
not, it's not street legal anymore.
It's not street
Street
legal,
legal.
in Mo.
Only the most illegal of liquors served down here at Pinky
Yeah.
Except for the ones with like taxes paid and shit.
No wonder
No one
you're
was
trying to
listening
take
at the
over the whole
TV.
street.
Yeah.
If you ever need a cherry liqueur, it's the only one. Don't even. It's it.
100% agree.
That's all there is. And it is the secret ingredient to my horse feather, which we are going to make with
is
the
this
American
nonsense?
whiskey port finish. And this is finished in
Noble Ice.
Local.
Shout out to Missouri.
yeah.
Port wine barrels.
is
So
our
to
special.
make this whiskey, we took a barrel of our Rally Point rye and a barrel of our Missouri bourbon. Finished them both in port wine barrels from Noble Ice, with the intent of putting out 2 different port finishes. But we tried them, and then obviously due diligence, we poured them together to see what would happen, and we liked it more. So we put out now an American whiskey with that beautiful port finish. It's cast strength, but that figgy, raisiny, jammy notes really kind of emerge on the back end there. And it's very nice.
So, again, if you don't mind me taking folks through your horse feather,
Not at all.
we're going to be doing.
If you ever were, in Kansas City in the mid 2000s, and I was your bartender, this was it. Here,
Oh, I gave it to Christian.
We're going to be 2 ounces of our port finished whiskey.
You just eyeball that. I used a jigger. That was a throwback to earlier when we learned that jiggers are stamped with measurements.
Sorry, the camera guy.
I appreciate what you're doing right now.
We're going to do 4 dashes of Angostura bitters.
And if you know me in bitters, which you do,
We're going to do just
it's never enough.
a ½ ounce of the cherry herring.
Any bitters? Do you ever make house bitters?
I've made house bitters.
I
Yes.
figured.
Yes, I have.
I don't see them.
Because I'm just not going to
Stay
make
there,
it well
yeah.
enough as some of the, I gotta give a shout out to Fee Brothers. They've just got a nice line and
They
their
know
stuff
what they're
is good.
doing.
I'm glad you brought that up because I love Feed Brothers. We use a lot of them. But what's interesting is they're glycerin based, whereas
Yeah.
Angostura, however you say it, that's like 45%
Oh, yeah,
alcohol.
no.
Sure is.
It's definitely an
Which
alcohol
I didn't
tincture.
realize for the longest time.
Yes.
That's because you need that extractive solvency of the alcohol to really get those flavors out.
And we're really showing off a lot of businesses today because I couldn't help but use one of Astro glasses for
Oh, very
this.
nice.
That's cool.
And this will give you a better idea
Oh, look at that. It's not
of
hidden
what
in the
that
copper.
blend
No.
does.
Not hidden.
Yeah, no,
in the
not hidden by the copper this time. So,
Give it a
nice
zhuzh.
little layering, one little zhuzh, and there.
So walk us through. It was how much?
So we did 2 ounces of the port finish. We did a ½ ounce of cherry herring. We did some heavy dashes of Angostura, about 4. Oh, and then we just top it with a little bit of wine.
This is my version of a horse feather.
Famous old cocktail, right?
Yeah.
Harkens back to the early days of
The
John
aughts.
Coulter.
Yes. Yeah, the aughts.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm excited about that with the port.
Yeah. I was going like 1800s, 1900s. We're just going back to the aughts.
Yeah. It's both refreshing, but yet there's still that savory
Rich.
note.
That's delicious.
Delicious. No,
That is really, really good.
it's
It's not fake cherry. Either.
no, it's not.
That's the most important
and
thing about
that's
that
the
cherry
little
herring.
bit of depth in there. Again, I'm not one for super sweet drinks. Never have been.
No.
Probably never will be. But that just adds enough sweetness. Where it's like,
Yeah.
obviously the one with maple syrup, it's good. It's not for me. It's too sweet. But
Really?
I
Actually, I thought it was a nice little touch. on
It's
it.
so with your double oak, that's the best one I've ever had because it adds more of a smoky note
Yeah, agreed.
with your whiskey.
Get some cast of characters back up here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and juices. You guys can figure out the juice.
Yeah. It's just, off camera really enjoyed this one. Off camera really was here. All right, Keith, walk us through what we did today.
So, the first one we had was the Vesper, and that's featuring the Volstead's Folly and our vodka. Then we did the Nor'easter, and that is featuring the Double Barrel Rally Point and some Mrs. Buttersworth.
If you want
She had to go off camera.
She had to go off camera.
Mrs.
She had to use
Buttersworth
the
had to
green
go
room
off
for a minute.
camera. Yeah.
wardrobe change.
Yeah, she had to go off camera for a minute.
And then finally we finished off with the horse feather. And that was featuring the port barrel finish and cherry herring.
It's great just to see a smattering of awesome bottles on
I
there.
know, look at that.
Just laid out for making drinks.
Intern, what was your favorite?
Probably the horse feather. Last one we did.
I paid him.
I was going to say, he knows who
He knows
runs
who's
his
paying
bread.
him.
Alright.
Who's paying him?
Okay.
There could
Which
be.
one is that?
David, which one was your favorite?
Wow. I liked them all for different reasons. which
I
is
agree.
A terrible answer.
It's a very diplomatic one.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
Very non-committal.
I was really, I think, most intrigued with the way that maple was playing with the oak.
The nor'easter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would drink all of them again and again. So, if you guys want to do another take on this, let's
Yeah.
make this one.
This is already the fourth take today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth take today.
We'll do a fifth time, and then we'll get to it.
We're out. Oh. No,
Well,
the-
in the tradition of hot ones, the camera's right there if you want to say anything. We bumped Still 630 days
Yeah,
this
that's what I
Saturday.
remember. June 29th.
location.
This
Got
Saturday.
the hours.
Yeah.
Got the delicious stuff, which
I'd
is
like
really
to
should be
raise a
tried.
glass and give a shout out to Andrew, who couldn't make it today.
And R.I.P. Andrew.
Well,
Not
he's
here
working
today.
hard. He's working very hard. But
Miss
beloved.
you, Andrew. Beloved.
Yes. And staff favorite, I hear.
Staff favorite.
Yeah. You're
Got
the
that going
coolest,
for you,
Andrew.
Awesome. Intern, what did you think about all this? Which
Just
Does he have a name?
doesn't matter.
Didn't come with it.
Have you ever used cocktail with Lilith before?
I never have. No, I don't know if it was said earlier, but I turned 21 at the beginning of this summer, so cocktails is something that I'm pretty new to.
Drinking is something he's very
Yeah,
new to.
drinking.
Just a drink a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these were pretty advanced too. Like these are not
Yeah.
These are not
taste
your go-to
profile wise.
ones.
Yeah, these are a little bit more complex.
These are not
too.
Old Crow and Coca-Cola.
No, they're not. Thank
Which would be
goodness.
advanced.
Yeah.
That's
Different
Captain and
attitudes
Coke.
there.
Yeah.
Sailor Jerry.
That's the I was in my 20s.
I was
Awesome.
more Admiral Nelson, but that's
Ooh.
neither
Well,
here nor
you
there.
know, that's,
Classy.
we will continue to keep it classy. Dave, we have a outro here that is
Okay.
pretty standard. And it's just to remind everybody at home, thanks for watching. Thanks for buying craft spirits, hopefully local craft spirits. We showed you a bunch of options today.
Well,
And
I've never looked better.
that's true. And Keith, I'll let you do it.
guys, be responsible and please keep your spirits up.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.